Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's time to hear about the Boyers and where they came from on episode 66, Blackdom. Oh, wait. There we go. Oh, yeah, and I guess I should make the introduction right here. I finally get to do another rhyme. And let me be the first to say, if you don't know her, you're a loser. She's no amateur. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Nico, the producer. Oh wait, let's get back to the chat real quick. Okay. I'm gonna give you that mic.
Hello. I'm not used to being in front of the camera. I'm used to being behind the scenes. Where is this fool going?
You're the producer.
Producing. Produce.
Okay.
I wish Pepito was here.
So do I.
Cheers to Pepito. Big sip. We got the all sips. Big sip.
And as I was saying, this is episode 66. And if you're keeping track, that is the 66th episode of this show, and it's season 2, episode 6. So I just want to say to Brother Binks, I don't see him in the chat, but Brother Binks, I want you to know we should win the award for best planning. That's kind of amazing.
We should win the Super Bowl.
Well,
we'll get to that.
Yeah, that's on my note cards to get to.
I bet Binks is watching football. It's possible.
Probably. But I did have written down here Super Bowl. My answer is soup. So there's that.
Good one.
I liked it. Yeah. Oh. I keep forgetting to officially do that to reveal the phone number. Our phone lines are open. Feel free to call. This is 575-689-2606. I have the jingle somewhere, but I don't...
Call live or leave us a message if you're watching this at another day and time.
Exactly. I can't remember if I put the jingle in, but I like the jingle you sing.
It is me.
It is. 575-689-2606.
You almost had it. You almost had it down.
Oh, I didn't get the melody?
Not quite.
Oh my god.
Hi, Kobe.
It was close. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. It's another perfect episode in a sense. We had episode 6, the first perfect number. That was a perfect episode for us. And then episode 28. And now this isn't a perfect number, but 6 is pretty good, so I'm excited.
Numerically not bad.
Oh, it's wonderful. So thank you for joining on this one. It's very important. Let's see, I've written down that I should do push-ups, but
I don't know. Well, what's the context?
I don't remember. I just write these things down.
You need to add notes for your notes.
That'll be fun. Yeah, well.
I think you write them just so you can throw them.
Exactly. And speaking of which, I believe I'm done with this one.
Oh.
Wow. That wasn't a great throw. Nico, do you have any familiarity with Blackdom, the township?
Not at all. Just from hearing you introduce it last week.
Yeah. And
I have familiarity with the area outside of Roswell.
Oh yeah.
That's
know
about
a lot
it.
of things that are outside of Roswell.
Me too.
There's a whole world out there. But I had no idea about it until Pepito said we should do Blackdom someday, and I said, I have no idea what it is. He didn't. Okay, I just wanted to clarify. I've always pronounced it correctly. I never pronounced it in an odd way. It's always been pronounced blackdom by me. But
I can't wait to cut in a cut of you saying blackdom. Blackdom.
I don't think so. That's just not how I remember it. I think you might possibly
Hi, Cindy.
be mistaken. Oh my gosh, is
We
Cindy
got
here? Hang on.
Cindy.
We got let's see. I got the button here.
We got a Cindy button.
Cindy, you honor us with your
I
presence.
don't know what it does.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
I
it
have a
was great.
headphone.
Oh, you know what? I didn't.
I heard it.
I was so smart on this episode. I thought I'll do the introduction from right back here, and then when we go to our main screen, I'll have the theme music automatically play, so we're not like taking the time, it just gets right into it. But then later I had the bright idea, oh, I'm just gonna be talking with Nico here, I don't need my headphones. So I didn't hear when the theme was playing, so maybe talking over it. It doesn't matter. It's a short theme.
I think it was timed right, but now look at us taking up time
I
with
don't
an
know.
intro.
I don't know. But yeah, thank you, Cindy. What does Cindy say? Let me see.
She said hi. Ha 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 ha.
Wow. She said soy.
That's me.
Absolutely. She did it to you. Let's talk. Well, hang on. Actually, now I can hear it. There are a few sound effects on this show, aren't there? There's the show starting.
Please start the show.
Please start the show. And then the Looney Tunes sound effect. Are you ready to get into what Blackdom is, the town?
I mean, unless you have anything else pressing.
I don't know.
You don't
do you
have any
Super Bowl thoughts?
We're not doing Super Bowl because your joke was bad and I don't like football.
It was good. And then, but if I'm being honest, I don't know. I'm not that much of a soup fan either.
That's true.
So.
But you've eaten every soup that I've made out of produce.
Yeah.
So.
And the soup producer. Right
I'm sure
here.
there are relevant facts about the Super Bowl that have to do with southeastern New Mexico, but I really don't care.
Yeah, maybe I should have looked that up.
But you don't care.
No.
Okay.
That's nerd stuff. I'm here to
start the. If I was in the chat, I would be saying, "Start the show."
I know you would.
Start
Absolutely.
the show.
Okay, then let's get into it.
Okay.
We have a few things. This is a tale. I really enjoyed reading about this. I think I trailed off as I was trying to say it, but Pepito mentioned to me that Black Dom was an interesting topic that we should look into. And I just squirreled it away in my notebook. I thought, oh, we'll get into this, at a later date. And it wasn't until about a week ago that I really got into it. And I have opinions. I'm excited. Let's see. Right here. What do we got for the first one?
Community of Blackdom exists no more, but its importance to New Mexico history lives on. That's Sunday, July 3rd, 2000 from the Carlsbad Current-Argus.
All right.
Cindy says, I love the dynamic of Nico always trying to move things along and Conda just not having it. We've been working on this for long over a decade. That's the way it is.
2 decades?
Like 2 decades. She
It's
also said,
disgusting.
Binks will be here soon. I can feel it. I can feel it too. I feel it in my soul.
Yeah, it feels like 5 decades, truly. But hey, so let's start things off. This is what year is this?
The year 2000.
But I mean, they're writing about old stuff, so that doesn't really matter, and I shouldn't have brought it back up. Let's dive in.
Dog Treat General, hello.
Oh, hang on. I did have something. Hello to Dog Treat General. Not animal, nor mineral. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Dog Treat General. I'm pretty proud of
If I
that.
had an applause button, I'd hit
Hey,
it.
you can hit the keyboards, I think. I think it's set to applause.
Oh! Yeah, you get an applause for that, but not for the Super Bowl joke.
Excellent. Well, that applause is for Dog Treat General.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, Dog Treat General.
See, it's still an intro, because Dog Treat General had not been introduced yet.
Okay. I got you. Yeah, we're still getting into it. So that was our headline. Yeah, yes. And here's a map. So to put it in context for people where Blackdom is, I don't know how many people here. Well, I assume everybody who watches ever.
Wait,
is,
so that's way outside of
yeah, it's like 20
Roswell.
miles.
Okay, I was picturing like the UFO crash site.
No.
You know, when anyone says outside of Roswell, that's what I picture. But this is up there, north of Cottonwood, near Dexter and Hagerman.
I truth be told, I didn't look
Or
closely
wait.
at the map. You know where Cottonwood
South.
is?
It's south. So it's like halfway between Artesia and Roswell.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know where Cottonwood is?
Yes, I've definitely. I mean, it's like nothing.
Okay.
I mean, I
because
hate to disparage Cottonwood.
That
But,
comes up later.
okay.
That is referenced in something, and I was gonna say I don't know exactly where Cottonwood is. I'm not familiar,
But you know where the
there it is on the
Cottonwood
fucking
Mall is.
Yeah, exactly. But that's Albuquerque.
Yeah. Okay, back to Roswell.
Okay. Here we go.
Blackdom. A chapter in southeastern New Mexico's multicultural history seems to have escaped print, or has it been forgotten entirely?
Wow. Okay. I mean, it has been forgotten entirely.
Until now.
I've spent my entire life living here in Carlsbad, New Mexico, and
I have not heard one word.
I'm an elderly man. I've got to be near my 50s at this point.
At our big age.
And geez, to just find out about Blackdom, man, let's learn more. Hang on, I see movement in the chat. I have to look at
It was just Dog Street General saying, "Whoa, what an intro," and I agree.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, I didn't hang my mask back up.
Oh shit!
This is-
See, this is
you
what
got me all
happens
befuddled
when I'm in front of the camera and not behind it. Oops.
Things are all different. I don't have room to do push-ups. I was gonna do push-ups.
I'm trying to keep you cornered.
Yeah.
You stay there. This unwritten chapter in New Mexico history books should tell the story of a community named Blackdom, a settlement and town site that was built for and by blacks who made the journey from the southern states as early as 1896, on foot, on horseback, and by wagon in search of a better life in the unsettled territory of New Mexico.
All right. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I hit the wrong button. See, this is a problem. Here we go.
It was a dream of Henry Boyer, a freed slave from Georgia. After gaining his freedom, Boyer served as wagoner in Colonel Alexander Doniphan's Army of Missouri Volunteers and was sent to New Mexico to fight in the Mexican War of 1846. When he returned to Georgia, he told others of open spaces and land waiting to be claimed.
How could he not? I mean, I've been to Georgia. Have you been to Georgia?
I've been to Atlanta, so Atlanta's tight.
Is in Georgia.
Yeah, but Atlanta's tight. I mean,
But
I don't
it's
know
not
about the
New
rest
Mexico.
of Georgia.
It's not New
I
Mexico.
know.
So.
I know. It's not wide open spaces. It's not the land of enchantment. That's for sure.
Boyer is right. New Mexico is where it's at. You know what? This is ridiculous. I am kind of thrown off by you being here. It changes everything. And here I am. We're starting the main portion of the show. And I have my boots on still. That's kind of ridiculous, don't you think?
Well, let me tell you something.
No, I hate when you tell me anything.
I didn't wear my boots because I don't wear boots in the house, and I also didn't want to upstage the host. But I brought my boots with me, so I mean I could like put my boot on.
Yeah,
and then
well,
take
you
it
can.
back off.
We have a boot shelf up. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there's room for these.
Here's the thing, I have these cameras just strategically placed so that nobody could even tell that your boots weren't on.
Haha, I got my boots off first.
Yeah, well, and same here. I am joining.
I'm gonna put them next to this Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the Coke off the shelf. That was part of my plan.
You need a big sip like me and Pepito. We need to get you a custom. I don't even know what you call this. Cup? I don't know.
Mug, thermos. I don't.
Thank you, Cindy.
Thermos?
I'm assuming you're talking about my boots. I was just telling Conda that he really needs to get some legit boots. Like some real badass boots. With some, like, spurs, maybe?
Wait, hang on. What was...
I don't know. Oh, Cinderoni played Big Sit. Sorry, I couldn't hear it.
Excellent.
Thank you, Cindy.
We haven't figured out all of the intricacies of having two people here in the same room doing the show. It does change things up.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Can you get back to blackdom?
Oh, okay, fine. Now I forgot what the last button I pressed is. So let's see.
Although Henry Boyer never made it back to New Mexico to fulfill and live out his dream, his son Francis Boyer and his friend Dan Keyes did make it, some 50 years later.
Wow. Okay.
That's the dream.
Yeah.
Commitment.
He tells his son about this beautiful land, and it takes 50 years, but his son... Well, I think the travel to New Mexico from Georgia took a bit of time, but it didn't take the whole...
Life
50 years.
happens.
It does.
But imagine being a child and just hearing about this legendary place.
God, hearing
this
about New Mexico.
Great expanse.
It's a land of enchantment, and you're just now hearing about it. It would be formative, I would say.
Absolutely. Boyer and Keyes, college-educated pioneers, walked from Georgia to Chavez County, New Mexico. The walk was long and arduous. Along the way, others who still harbored ill feelings over emancipation humiliated Boyer and Keyes by firing bullets at their feet to make them dance and sing. That is fucked up.
That is fucked up.
And they did walk.
And they walked from Georgia to...
I want to know how long, I just for the sake of their commitment and dedication, wow.
I mean, no offense to Francis Boyer, but I could probably walk it a bit faster than he could. But
I don't think you need to say so. But I'd like to see you try.
I would love to race somebody in a walk from...
I could drop you off.
Mexico. Yeah, well.
We got time.
There's Cobra.
Cindy said, dang, that's so cool. His son and friend came out in his honor. I bet they had such a hard time trying to work the land. It's so different in Georgia. True?
Absolutely.
And Dog Treat General said, I would have absolutely been very excited to move west if I were alive back then. Absolutely. Cobra?
This guy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was the dream. That was the dream, and they made it happen. You got this. Oh!
Cobra. This is very difficult. The camera is now a bit further back than normal, so my ability to position the mirror just right to get Cobra on cam, that's difficult.
Even me being here right now, I don't understand the mechanics of this at all. All I see is the opposite direction. Just believe us that Cobra is acting a fool. All I see is that wall.
Okay. Well, you can imagine what it would be like. But then again, maybe you can't. Maybe
y'all got to see Cobra's head pop up?
Hell yeah. That's nice. Thank you, Cobra. Alright, where are we at? I think this is the last one on this page.
Once they reached New Mexico, they felt free, far removed from the ridicule and prior bondage. For the first time, they and the families they sent for later, as well as the others that would follow, could homestead land, be self-sufficient, and raise their children. I love to hear it. That's so cool.
I mean, again, I just can't get over not only walking from Georgia to New Mexico, but doing it through the land occupied by, well, let's face it, they're hillbillies. And if we can get a hillbillies in the chat, that would be great to me. But that is...
I'll do it myself if I have to.
Yeah, I need to get a hillbillies shirt.
You're gonna get banned?
They can't. Well, you know.
They're gonna censor you. Oh, my message has been held for review by AutoMod. My message is being checked by mods and has not been sent. And thank you, Dog Treat General. Oh, held a message for reason, race, ethnicity, or religion.
Yeah.
Wow.
That hillbilly.
That's not a race, ethnicity,
religion.
or religion.
But I don't think you understand the power of the hillbilly lobby.
Maybe I just don't get it.
Hey, I was born in the Ozarks, so I get it a little bit. Is he eating anything?
No, he's just taking a bath.
Okay. Excellent. And we did that one, I think. Yeah. Okay. So,
after securing a loan from Pacific Mutual Company, Boyer was able to homestead and dig an artesian well. The large hayfields and apple orchard on his property were proof of the abundance of water.
That is so
in
sick.
The desert.
Absolutely, but it's artesian. That's capitalized, correct? Artesian well.
Yeah.
That's a type of well, right? That's not.
It's like a natural well.
Okay, but
that's
it's not
my
associated
understanding.
with the town of Artesia.
I mean, maybe that's. I don't
it's
know the history.
capitalized.
Does anybody know why Artesia is called Artesia?
I think because of artesian wells, but
I don't know.
I don't know.
Dog Treat General said it's sort of an ethnicity, kinda. I don't know. LOL. And Cindy said, I guess maybe specific to Ozark type people.
I was born
So they're
in the
trying
Ozarks.
to say it's an ethnic slur.
I can call people.
That's a
hillbillies.
reach. I'm gonna say that's a reach, but again, I don't get it.
100%.
And you're allowed. Yeah, you have a pass.
Exactly. I have the.
It's in your blood.
I have the mountain trash pass.
Because of Boyer's good fortune at the time, he advertised in magazines and newspapers throughout the South to entice more blacks to the area. This enticement included the promise of 160 free acres of land for those who would homestead. Temporary housing at Boyer's farm waited, along with the offering of help to build a house and plant a crop. That is awesome. 160 acres?
Yeah.
I mean...
That's just so sick to find this paradise, and what you do is tell the other people, you know?
Yeah.
You don't hoard that
Pull
knowledge for
up.
yourself.
No, we're building community.
You're sharing it with the squad, the community.
Yeah, actual resources, actual community.
Actually helping each other out. It's
the way
it's
it
beautiful.
should be. Cinderoni said Artesia is indeed named after the wells there. Well, I have yet to see those wells. I just don't associate Artesia with fresh water at all. No. That's like the opposite.
Okay. Here's what I associate Artesia with. Smelling bad because of oil and cows. That's what I think of.
I associate Artesia with, oil and gas refineries. And that video, I cannot remember his name. Please excuse me, sir. But that really sweet man on YouTube that like walks around and he's oh wow, look at this beautiful local art. Isn't it delightful? Yeah, we need to cut him into an episode or two because he's so charming.
I think Pepito and I watched it on the first episode Pepito was on, and that was the episode where we didn't have the audio turned on.
I recall.
So it's the mute episode. I've been wanting to replay it and have us redub it.
That would be really fun.
Try to
live.
That'd be pretty fun.
Riff it live. However, getting to New Mexico, other than on foot or by horse, was a problem. Caucasians refused to sell them train tickets. Another form of humiliation.
That's crazy.
And they shot at their feet, refused to...
That's extreme hateful because...
They're free men.
Care?
They're free men.
You don't like them?
They're minding their own goddamn business. They're building their own community far away from your cracker ass. Am I allowed to say that? I think that's a racial slur.
I don't think that... I don't think they censor as easily when it's audio form, so get your slurs out this way. And instead of typing them. Although
Cindy typed cracker ass and it went through. You can
absolutely.
say cracker ass on Twitch. It's acceptable.
Hillbilly and cracker ass. Those are two things we're gonna have to get into the chat.
I think we should change hillbilly to hellbilly because I think I tried to type that last time and it still censored me. I tried some variations and they did not go through. We read that one.
Okay.
It seemed nothing was going to stop them. They began showing up in Chavez County alone, in pairs and entire families, drawn by their own dreams of land ownership and prosperity.
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
I love to see it. I am fascinated by the resolve and the community and the solidarity that it went into all of this. It's very inspiring to read about.
Did all of this come from the same article from the year 2000?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're all on the first
Bill
one.
Hilly, that works. Hill William.
Hilly.
Y'all are geniuses. We got
Yes.
Cinderoni with Hill William and Dog Treat General with Bill Hilly.
I love it.
Bill Hilly. Those living in Blackdom realized without adequate rainfall and other reliable water sources, a large population could never be supported and sustained. Okay, so this ties into Artesia having wells, I assume? Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's got it, but it explains so much that it's called Artesia due to its artesian wells.
Yes.
In 1916, worms attacked crops and prices plummeted. Alkali buildup depleted nutrients in the once fertile soil they relied on for their dream of prosperity. Ah, shit. It happens. That's the nature of farming.
Yeah,
I'm from a farm outside of Carlsbad. You gotta rotate them crops.
She's the farm expert, this farm representation.
That's why I'm the producer, because of the produce.
The produce that you're producing, huh, Kobe? Kobe's.
He's snoozing.
He is deep in rest. We did that one.
That's the worms. As bad as things were, this was exactly the time that the Boyers filed a 40-acre town site plat for 166 lots on May 28, 1920, at the Chavez County Clerk's Office. Chavez County Clerk's Office. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Many homesteaders purchased lots, and their descendants still own them today, as they should.
See,
and that's the year 2000.
Yeah, and it is sad to hear about the alkali and the
worms,
drought and the worms and things like this, but I mean, they survived, and what they made over 100 years ago is still in the hands of their families and things like that. It's a beautiful story.
Yeah, they had grit. They walked all the way over there. They had their own paradise to build with their own hands. Mm-hmm. Farming is a tough life, and they already owned all of that. You know, they had each other to rely on. That's,
right. And they threw down the ladder and called up the homies.
Right, and that's how farming used to be, just in general. Like, you know?
Yeah, for sure. That one we did, right?
Yes.
Okay.
At Blackdom's height as a community, it was home to as many as 25 families, totaling 300 for nearly 20 years.
That's
25
sick. That's
families.
20 years of great community. Okay, we have 3 more on this article.
However, one building did manage to escape the ravages of time. Is that out of context?
It could be.
The Blackdom Baptist Church is tangible proof this once thriving community with a post office, blacksmith, shop, schoolhouse, stores, hotels, and weekly one-leaf newspaper did indeed exist and was home to many Black Americans.
It's beautiful. There
really needs to be a monument to Blackdom. This needs to be more well known. Okay.
We're getting into
Okay. In the early 1920s, the church was sold to the Cottonwood Methodist Church. 3 farmers, Lester Heinrichsen, Tom Terry, and Quincy Vaughn, moved it from its original location in Blackdom to Cottonwood over the Eddy County line. The task took nearly a month and was accomplished by wagon.
I love that. I love moving the building. I'm fascinated by buildings being moved and buildings being stored. I always think of the Unabomber's cabin.
I knew that's where we were going with this. I knew it.
I love it, but I love relocating a whole building.
This man, all he wants is a warehouse with a little cabin inside. That's all he wants.
That is the dream. There was that one, I remember, artist favorite of the show, Stacey Lee, did a show in Hong Kong, I think it was, and she built a little house inside.
Like a doll house with her dolls?
Yeah.
I love Stacey's dolls.
Golly. Oof. Did we do this?
We did.
Okay, now last one.
I gotta get real close. Okay, beautiful. Yeah. Finally, we have a picture.
I don't know if I was thinking we had to read that. I just wanted to show.
I will
Yeah,
read it. I'm here.
Let's do it.
The original Blackdom Baptist Church is now the main living area of Mike and Katie Vowell's home in Cottonwood. The main church steps descend to a large entryway. The steps to the basement lead to an additional living space, or just additional living space. The original red oak flooring was sanded and finished, and the attic space of the church is now a loft area for additional living space. Wow. I want to live in a church. You can have your shack in a warehouse. I'll have a church.
Yeah, I guess.
Cindy said, wait. Dog Treat General said putting a building in a larger building is very funny to me. It is hilarious.
It's so good. And it's beautiful.
Said maybe you and Conda can be neighbors inside a warehouse. Well, Cindy,
someday.
We already are.
You know what? That is true. I'm surprised Duck isn't here.
I know.
Okay. Let's go on to the next topic. I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about the Blackdom Memorial.
Oh, there is one. Carlsbad Current Argus, Sunday, January 1st, 2006, page 6. Mm-hmm. Lawmakers question delay in Blackdom Memorial. Ooh.
Were you shocked to hear that the proposed Blackdom Memorial was delayed?
No.
I was not shocked at all.
Roswell. Do you say Roswell or Roswell? Because I say Roswell.
I say Roswell.
Okay. Roswell. Roswell lawmakers are questioning what's delayed a memorial that would recognize the now ghost town of Blackdom, settled by black pioneers. Yeah, they should be questioning it.
Exactly.
Ooh, Cindy says Roswell too.
Roswell? How does she... Hang on, I gotta see how that's spelled.
Roswull. I say it the way my dad says it. Roswell.
I think, like, when you said that, I think Roswell, and I'm pretty sure a big influence on that is Unsolved Mysteries, and hearing Robert Stack talk about the UFO incident at Roswell.
And my reference point to your pronunciation is also
Robbie?
Similar.
Oh.
It was
Robert Stack.
No, I don't know him as Robbie. It's Mr. Stack. X-Files. There's some episode where the guy's like, Roswell. He's like yelling. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure yelled a few times.
I'm sure, but I'm thinking of one specific episode.
Right. Absolutely. Okay, that one we did. Here we go.
1 second, I need a big sip.
Big sip, everybody. So, let's take this time to just reflect on what we've learned so far. I would love a Blackdom Memorial. I hope that it is currently made. I hope we find out at the end of all of this that it exists and it is there, and I can go visit it. It's not far. It's 20 miles south of Roswell. So it'd be pretty easy for me to get there from where I am right now in Carlsbad, New Mexico.
But did you look to see how far it is from where you are right now in Carlsbad?
Oh, I don't know. Because I am pretty far east. I'm on the east side of Carlsbad, so about as far east in Carlsbad as you can go. Okay.
The state legislature over the past 4 years appropriated $225,000 for a Blackdom Memorial in Roswell, with the city as the project's local government sponsor.
Okay, so they have the money.
Where is the money? Where is the memorial?
I mean, they have the money, so it's got to be... This was 2006.
And that's not much money for a memorial. Like, they blow a lot of money.
I could make a good one for that much money.
Oh, easy. But I'm just saying, like, for, like, a proper memorial, like, people, the public art, that's got to be money laundering most of the time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of bad public art in government and, you know, bad
absolutely.
Spaces. Good art, bad spaces, mostly. Senator Tim Jennings, I remember him.
Hell yeah.
Cinderella.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Alerts, by the way, which is fine. I know that there's, because earlier Cindy was like, I'm sorry there's a delay, but like, We just can't hear them at all, but we can see them pop up on the screen.
I could have my
Binks,
headphones
hello Binks. He said that
Binks.
public art is money laundering.
on. Yeah, for sure.
No, don't apologize, please. Pull it back up. Senator Tim Jennings, Democrat, Roswell, Senator Rod Adair, Republican, Roswell, and Representative Daniel Foley, Republican, Roswell, took an opportunity last week during a presentation over the city's 2006 capital outlay requests to question why planning for the memorial has been delayed.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
As you should.
three.
I'm
All
wondering
three of
about-
them were like, what the fuck?
I am also befuddled.
There seems to be a hardened attitude
Yeah.
in the city against proceeding, and some have said the memorial isn't appropriate for Roswell because Blackdom was outside the city limits, Adair said. What do they think is going to happen? That Blackdom's going to outshine the UFO, like the kitschy, the Arby's
Right.
carved alien wood
Well,
totems?
their
I like, what?
ancestors, well, I don't know. The Blackdom had to go outside the city limits to find their own community and build it and everything. So they're not technically a part of Roswell to them. It's
Well, that's why Roswell owes them a memorial.
Exactly.
Is because they wouldn't even let them in to the city itself. So
should
you
have been
can't
accepted.
say,
or
oh,
then
it
say,
wasn't
they weren't
in our
accepted.
city.
Yeah,
Whose fault was
that's
that?
crazy.
You as the
We
because.
did this one? Yes, hardened
yes.
attitude. Oh wait, I hit the wrong one. Okay, I need to go forward.
But Adair said the memorial is not inappropriate. Not inappropriate
Yeah.
because most of Chavez County's black population lives in Roswell. Well, of course they do.
Yeah,
What-
absolutely. What else they're gonna
In
live
the year 2006, where the fuck are they supposed to live?
I don't know. I was gonna make a really smart and great reference, but I cannot even think of any city close outside of Roswell. I don't know. That's not.
I mean,
one of those
Artesia
ones.
is 30
Yeah,
minutes away.
it's-
No one wants to live there.
Artesia, they talk. They talk.
We've already made some disparaging comments about
I know.
Artesia.
I frequently do, but you know how.
What about Loco Hills? Where is Loco Hills? I know the
I
name.
know the name for sure.
Isn't it like? Is that like by Queen? Is that like in the back there? You know what I'm talking? I don't know where Loco
I don't
Hills
know.
is. It's all a blur.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you
I
were
was gonna
saying.
say, I can't remember. Oh, I think I was gonna say something about how you hear big coastal elites and everything talk about the flyover states. Very, very
The little people.
elitist.
Yeah.
Yes. And I was gonna say something about
Northeast.
Artesia being a drive-through town. It's kind of like a flyover state, but
Brother Bink said Local Hills is northeast of Carlsbad. What a great name for a place. We got Werewolf Hill, we got Loco
Loco Hill.
Hills, we got Sea Hill. I mean,
We
we need an award just for naming hills.
yes, and just towns in general. We have the outlaw towns of Phoenix without the O and Lone Wolf.
We
That's
got
so
Germantown.
Oh my god,
Yeah, we need an award, but not until Blackdom gets,
their memorial.
yes.
Let's hear more.
It's also a monument for everybody, he said after the meeting. Everybody should honor pioneers. Yeah, some, not all pioneers.
Yeah, exactly. They're not all. I don't know. I've been getting into that band, Dead Pioneers. I kind of like some of their hits. I like what they stand for.
I know the name. I'm sure I would recognize them.
They got some hits.
But I also don't like them trying to make it about all pioneers because this is about some very specific, very important pioneers.
Absolutely.
Come on.
And yeah, the story gets deeper and deeper.
After the meeting, Mayor Bill Owens said that although funding for the project has accumulated, the city staff doesn't know exactly what the memorial should be. I don't know what the project is, he said. Bonehead.
I mean, they've got all this money, but how could they ever decide how to? I mean, jeez Louise, pay some artists, get something going. It's
How about you ask the community. How about you ask the black community to submit ideas?
Absolutely. Or do anything. Well,
How about do some research like Conda does? Go look
Yes.
at all the articles. Go look at some maps. Y'all have like they got the blueprints. They got the schematics for everything. They just need to get off their asses.
well,
Very telling.
let's hear some more about. I think we did this one. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's get an update.
I'm blocking the phone number.
Oh yeah.
Feel free to call.
Oh my gosh. Call.
Oh shit. See
we're gonna
this
start
now I know
calling
what it's like
people.
to be you.
Yeah. We don't need that camera anymore anyway. You can just move that aside.
Feel free to call.
Yeah.
Live or leave a message when we're off air.
You said live, and I thought you were saying 5 as.
You thought I was gonna start singing the
start
jingle?
singing it. I
No.
was like, oh my god, we're gonna get the
No,
live
no,
jingle.
you're not getting that from
Oh
me
my
today.
gosh. All right. Here we go. Let's get an update on the whole thing. I think this is 2023. This is outside the newspaper.
Okay.
Can you see this at all?
Oh, I can see. A proposed ordinance on Thursday's agenda about whether to advertise a public hearing to consider selling city-owned property was postponed and now will be revisited in October.
Huh.
City property, like,
Yeah, city property. I wonder.
give me more information.
I wonder how that could tie into our current discussion.
One of the residents, Kim Harris, wanted to know why the city was choosing to sell the land after having dedicated the site for use as a blackdom memorial and wondered what happened to the money promised for the project. That's what I want to know.
Okay, so they have the land, they have the money, and they're trying to sell the land. This is ridiculous.
You have to go to the legislature to get the money, Jennings said. This bonehead again?
Okay, and Jennings is there on the left, mayor of Roswell.
I could have told you that.
Something Jennings. You don't know. You don't think one of those could be Mayor Jennings?
So if you took away my dad's mustache and gave him sideburns,
And I would never do that.
that would be my dad in the middle.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
The sale of the land is in the works because the Blackdom project hadn't materialized and no plan to develop the site for this use was submitted. Oh my god, we never had a plan about what kind of memorial to make, he said. Oh my god. Talk about bureaucracy.
Get one.
Talk about
Get one.
some lazy haters.
I-
Spinning their wheels about nothing.
I
Thank you, Cindy. My dad looks pretty cool.
in my mind, it's 100% haters. Because if this were, I believe, if this were some white people who walked from the East Coast all the way to the glorious deserts of New Mexico, it would be a told tale. And
Here comes my
dog.
son. They would have blasted a Mount Rushmore of those white fools into the Loco Hills.
Absolutely, 100%.
Hi, Doug. The sale of the land is in the works because the Blackdom we read that.
Yeah,
I just can't believe it. I'm reading it again because,
Yeah.
wow. Anna Douglas Madden then spoke about the Blackdom community that was created at the beginning of the 20th century. She pointed out that there had been money earmarked by New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson and state legislatures years ago for a Blackdom memorial project, but these funds were never received. Madden's research indicated that the amount was $225,000.
Wow. So,
We got receipts, though.
exactly. And land.
Yeah.
At least before they try to start selling it. Which is crazy.
The Blackdom Memorial Foundation envisioned the memorial project as having a memorial garden, museum, restaurant, and African import shop. I thought there was no vision.
Exactly.
The foundation was led by Reverend Langer Abu Kusumo of the Washington Chapel African Methodist Episcopal Church in Roswell. What?
That sounds like such a sick memorial.
Wow. We don't know what to do.
I guess
We don't know what to
couldn't
do.
Put a bunch of aliens on it. Is that the hold up? I don't know.
Thinly veiled racism.
Absolutely. And not even that. I mean, yes, that thin. Very thin.
Yeah, pretty blatant, but
Yeah.
these are cowards who will just say whatever, so no one really asks them what the fuck is going on.
And now, we're moving on to I found out about this book. This person wrote their master's thesis on blackdom, and that was very illuminating. I'm in the middle of listening to the book. I'm not
Right now?
Yet. Yeah, I got it on.
Right this minute?
Well, actually, that does remind me.
Doug.
Doug is going crazy looking. But one of the things I was thinking about is, as far as chat goes, with with my computer and everything these days, and mostly with my phone, I figured out how to make my phone read text messages to me, and that's how I get a lot of reading done, is I have my phone read things to me, like this book. It's reading me this book. But I got the funny idea in my head, I guess yesterday. I was thinking, what if I had it set up to where the computer would read the chat to me, so I wouldn't have to see it? And I was like, I could have a little thing in my ear.
No.
And I was like, I can't imagine.
That would be
I think I would
maddening.
get so distracted. But yeah, I don't know. But when I was logging in to test out how that would work, to have the chat read to me.
Exactly, Dog Treat General. Big same.
What's up?
They said I would abuse that.
Oh my god, absolutely. Drive me insane. But when I logged in, there was a big announcement on Twitch that Caveman News is almost at affiliate level.
Ooh.
We're leveling up. That's the level where you can start earning money and everything. You're eligible. But
what else do you need? What do we need?
I think it's something like, I think we're like the upper 30s in followers, subscribers or whatever.
Okay.
We have to have 50, but we've met the requirements for how many hours a month you have to stream, and the requirement for how many people watching your show on average. We've met that. Yeah, affiliate level. Here
Can I get a hell yeah? Or you don't have your you're on the wrong mic.
Yeah.
I could do a hell yeah.
I changed
know.
things up. I have all my
bad.
pedals just going through the keyboard and everything. The mic isn't going through the pedals.
Right.
Anymore.
It's okay. We still can say hell yeah. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you.
Thank you.
In the warehouse where we're roommates in separate shacks, cabins, what have you, in this warehouse. Not in the cabins, but in the warehouse itself. That is our favorite show.
Oh my God.
I gotta say.
It's amazing. My favorite show.
Thank you,
and
Dog
my
Treat
favorite
General.
movie.
Same.
It's beautiful. What did Dog Treat General
Dog
say?
Treat General said, "I'm clapping in my room with the crowd." Cinderoni said, "That's
Absolutely.
the best."
That is the best. Okay, let's get some more from this book, or some from this book.
Blackdom was a real place, Timothy E. Nelson insists. The Santa Fe-based historian introduces his book about the early 20th century black homesteader colony in Chavez County with the simple fact of its one-time existence 15 miles south of Roswell, because, in Nelson's retelling, even his own brother thought he made the town up.
And I can 100% believe that. I had no idea about any of this.
It sounds very fantastical, just the name of it and
Right.
the concept. Like, I could see a movie about this
Yeah.
and it not be based on reality. But the fact that it was based on reality, that alone, like, it should be
It's
memorialized, it should be known.
Absolutely. It's just crazy to me that something like this can happen, and it would be extremely believable for me to think, no, that's just, that's a tall tale and all this stuff. And
It's
why
real
am I
lore.
why am I not why did I not grow up with that knowledge, I guess is my question. It's let's face it, it's fucked.
In Blackdom, New Mexico, the significance of the Afro Frontier, 1900 to 1930, Texas Tech University Press. Nelson sifts through the historical record and finds it lacking, particularly the long-held notion that Blackdom was a failed Afrotopian experiment.
Okay, so I was telling producer Nico here beforehand that the tale of Blackdom that I have found starts with hope and things like this, and then I kind of got angry as I got to the middle of hearing about this story, but then there's an uptick at the end.
Right.
So
Well,
now we're getting into that.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, fine. Golly, jeez.
New source materials now suggest that the oil-rich town built generational wealth for its black founders. Wow, see? As it should. That's what Artesia's all about. And yeah, it is crazy because it's like, look at this amazing thing that happened, and then we're being gaslit like it never happened.
Right.
That wasn't real. That was not a big deal. And then now, luckily, scholars and curious people are bringing it back.
And well, I am happy that that generational wealth came because of the shit that they had to go through. It was pretty miserable. I think we're gonna see some more about that.
We read that.
Okay.
13 founders decided to start Blackdom in 1903. It looks like something was cut off. Would have been a lot more difficult to do that elsewhere because of Jim Crow laws.
Okay. So, yeah, and I think it's also important to remember that when Blackdom was found, this was early 1900s, so this was still, New Mexico wasn't even a state.
Right.
It was a territory, and that is a way to get around things like Jim Crow laws and everything. There was more opportunity in the enchanted land. This guy, Doug. He goes crazy. He gets so fixated on licking his...
They don't need to hear about that.
Okay.
He was going to say paw, not anything gross. He was licking his paw. He's got dementia. Anyway.
Who?
Doug.
Oh.
Some of us.
Okay.
We read that,
We did.
yeah. They used the homestead laws and the laws in the territory to their advantage, to strike oil, to build families, to build wealth, to travel. Because in certain places, like Texas, it was pretty dangerous to travel around. And it still is. There are
100%.
Vidor, Texas. Sundown town of America.
Right.
Like, yeah, fuck that.
Nasty. Especially, I can't comprehend what it would be like to start walking from Georgia and get to Texas. I would be so discouraged.
And you're being...
But my dad says,
Yeah,
we
and
just
you're
gotta
being-
get just right past here.
threatened, shot at,
Jeez.
humiliated.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
But what did they get out at the end? This generational wealth.
What historians have said is that co-founder Frank Boyer left in 1922 to move to Doña Ana County because Blackdom failed. He left in 1922 because the Ku Klux Klan took over Chavez County. But Boyer maintained that Blackdom Oil produced royalty payments into the post-World War II era. Wow, they had their own oil company.
Yes.
That's bad. Why is even like the pride of southeastern New Mexico with gas and oil, like
Right.
no
You
one
have
wants to
this,
talk about that?
Like these people who came from nothing and worked hard to get to the land of enchantment, and then they strike oil and set things up for their future generations and all this stuff, and it's such a success story. And he talks about how people say that Boyer left because Blackdom was a failed city, but it was really the KKK
Right.
who drove them out.
More
And
gaslighting, like define failure.
Right.
Because they were thriving, they set up generational wealth, they had like a good 20-year run. What do you mean failure? What, they didn't get to still be around and open a Walmart?
Exactly.
Like, okay, it was the KKK, of course it was. Wow.
And I'll say maybe some of the generational racism of the KKK is still around. The fact that there's so much hemming and hawing about a blackdom memorial and saying, oh, they're, technically they were outside of Roswell
Right.
and things like this. It's all the same shit.
And Cinderoni said this story needs to be a movie, and yeah, absolutely. This story is a movie. It's too good.
I swear, Caveman News. There's so many things I think should be movies
same.
from this. I think maybe we've read this one, but I can't remember if I moved my thumb or not.
Yes, I just read that. In New Mexico, you have a tricultural narrative that has been loaded. This myth of white people and Spanish people and indigenous people. Who does not fit there? Black folks. So what happens when you have black folks who strike oil in the first 100 years of the state?
That's crazy.
Amen.
That's wild. Okay, I have one more from this little blurb about the book.
All of the major families who settled Blackdom still have land. You can't say it failed if they still own miles of land after paying taxes for over 100 years.
Jeez Louise.
That's what I said.
That's so crazy.
Except for the taxes part.
Yeah, but that is very cool, and I told you I'm starting to listen to this book, and already he's talking a lot about, I don't know, he's talking about black colonizers and black cowboys, and I mean, I don't know. Of course that exists and everything, but
yeah, there's
sad
some
when
nuance.
It's
to
sad.
be explored.
Exactly. It's.
But that's neither here nor there when it comes to this particular specific
100%.
story.
Yeah,
that's the erasure of this story.
Absolutely. This is one that should be told, and it's an affront that it isn't. And to end things out, I do have one more kind of tangential. This is tangential. Let's go.
The Roswell Daily Record, Monday, June 20th, 1910. Night at the vacant room at 107 North Main will be given a dance, supper, and boxing contest, the latter between the Carlsbad Wonder and Joan Odom. A program of speeches, etc., was carried out at the Negro Church at Blackdom also.
Okay. I just loved that one. Just in the random Blackdom searching to hear about the
Carlsbad Wonder?
That is so sick.
Everything ties together.
I can't find more about the Carlsbad Wonder. I have searched.
I'm shocked. I mean, that's got to be tough to search because Carlsbad and Wonder, those two words go together like bread and butter.
Exactly. I did search for Carlsbad Wonder and boxing, and I didn't find anything right away.
There will be an episode someday.
I had to move on. We're gonna get to the bottom of the Carlsbad Wonder, and
you know
yes,
what I
I'm
like?
Honest, I would like to know what you like.
About newspapers.com.
What?
I don't know if you check your email, but they always send me emails where they're like, we just found 200 more newspapers. Like, we just uploaded
I don't read those
1,000 news. No, they do. Because I'm like, oh, everything I search on newspapers.com, that's what I'm going to find. That's all there is. No, they're still uploading. They're always adding stuff. Sponsor us, newspapers.com.
This show is brought by newspapers.com. I think that's about it. What time are we at?
Oh, we're at the time. It is 12:31.
Okay. Boom. Look at that. That is perfectly timed out. Okay. I've got an outro card. What is this one, though? I think that was my rhyme at the intro. All right. Now, okay. Yeah, thank you, everybody. And the next Caveman News episode, I'm going to be doing a Valentine's Day thing because I want to discuss some of the great couples and pairings and romance that we've learned about in the last year of Caveman News. There's
Gross.
so many great.
You're right,
people.
though. You're right. There are
Yeah.
some amazing aspirational couples.
It's so good. So Valentine's Day, I'm going to be talking about that and going to try something new. It's going to be Valentine's Day, and instead of being on Twitch, I'm going to stream Caveman News live on Instagram.
Whoa.
That'll be the Caveman News Instagram, which
Very
I
hip.
believe is Caveman_news. And I will probably also simulcast from my personal account. That's Instagram, Conda, CONDA, .Cameron. Yeah. So.
Wait, so you're going to stream from the Caveman News Instagram, but also from your personal one at the same time?
Yeah.
How do you do that? I didn't even know you could do.
Because
I thought-
I know you can do guests and everything.
Oh,
I
so
was
it's like
gonna
me
do
with
from
me?
Caveman News, and then have.
So are you
Conda
going to...
Cameron as the guest.
What? Are you going to do one? Yeah, Dog Treat General. I mean, that's fine. Can't you, like, stream it from Instagram through Twitch? Or vice versa?
There's a way you can do it to have them on both, but you have to pay. There's a service called Restream. It's $20 a month. And
No
I've
free
thought about
trial
that,
for
but-
Valentine's Day?
Exactly.
But it'll still be uploaded later,
Yeah,
I'm
for
sure.
But
If he can pull this off. I think you just like to challenge
Absolutely.
yourself when it comes to...
100%. It's gonna be weird because it's gonna be the vertical format.
You
so it
hate
can
that.
go on
This
Instagram.
man
It's gonna be so strange.
hates vertical format.
Oh my gosh! Don't get me started talking.
We're
about
not going. We don't have time
the
for that shit.
vertical, I have a huge self-indulgent tangent that I could get on.
We're not going there.
But I'm gonna spare that. Anyway, that'll be Valentine's Day. At a good time would probably be 5 p.m. New Mexico time.
What day is Valentine's Day?
Thursday, I think.
People are gonna be at their reserved dinner with their lovers
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like 5.
on Friday the 14th.
Oh, that's for Friday.
Oh my
Jeez.
God, get it together! You don't even have this. You're just flying by the seat of your pants.
Exactly.
There's gonna be a Valentine's Day show on Valentine's Day
Yeah.
around 5 New
5
Mexico time. Okay, so basically just watch it later.
And yeah, for sure. I'm also going to be doing it live on Instagram, which more people are aware of my stuff and everything on Instagram than on Twitch, so bigger, more involved audience, supposedly. Maybe. I don't know. Let's end this. Are you rolling your eyes?
No.
Oh, okay.
Dog Street General said vertical format is evil in my opinion, and we agree. We agree.
100%.
I just don't. Yeah, it's fine. And Cindy will be our Valentine.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
And my
that's
dog is crying. I think
Yeah,
he's jealous
He's crying. Always.
of that.
That was another thing I was going to say. I just thought of this today. When I do the Valentine's Day show, I'm, of course, going to have the phone line open, 575-689-2606. And I was thinking, anybody who calls in, I will read a Valentine to.
Ooh, I
I'll
have an idea.
I'll have a set of Valentines, yeah.
Oh, thank you, Cindy. I bet there are some. Does the current Argus have misconnections?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
100%.
can we have some current Argus drama?
Connections, yeah, that'd be tight. We could throw some of those in there and talk about the favorite couples. Yeah.
Dog Treat
love
General is gonna be nobody's Valentine.
Here
I love
are
that
Dog
for
Treat
you.
General
Yeah, you don't
and
have a
the General,
choice.
The Dog Treat General. Those are the options. Okay, I say we close things out now. And as closing words, I do just want to say, Dafu, fuck the blue. If you're here next week, I'll see you. Goodbye, everybody. I gotta walk over.
Bye. I'm back to my production stage.